Greetings, Quester, and welcome to the Bards Corner with Matt and Heather.
Hi, welcome to the Bards Corner. This week we'll bring you some new tour dates and some new albums coming out.
Okay, so first up, some tour information. The first bit of news, the Iron Maidens, which is an all-female tribute act to Iron Maiden, are coming back to the UK again, this time in October. And actually this time it's going to be the first time that they've played outside London. They've got 5 tour dates towards the end of October. Only one of them is inside London this time. Also, Hardline have got a single date outside of their festival commitments in the UK. That'll be on the 23rd of May at Bilston. Eclipse are going to be coming to the UK as well. That's going to be in April, and that's going to be in line with their new album Momentum, which we'll be talking about later. And Enough's Enough are going to be playing in April. Well, yeah, they will be playing in April, but also in March. The 4 dates spanning the 29th of March to the 4th of April. So that'll be something that's quite interesting. I've got, I think, every single album Enough's Enough made bar one. So that's going to be quite...
T-shirts.
And many Enough's Enough t-shirts, yeah. So, which actually, when I first met, didn't you think that t-shirt I used to wear by Enough's Enough was a political thing?
I thought it was just really obnoxious, to be honest. You wore it to meeting my mum and dad one of the first times. So, yeah,
that was
kind
true.
of set the tone.
That was true. Okay, so that's the tour information we've got for today. On to the new album releases.
Tokyo Motor Fist.
Yep.
So I really like that one.
Yeah. Tokyo Motor Fist is basically Mr. Naughty Naughty from Danger Danger, Ted Poley, and Steve Brown from Trickster. So imagine a combination of Danger Danger and Trickster, and that's basically it. It's very up-tempo, very catchy, very melodic.
It's happy music.
It is, yeah. A couple of my favourite tracks on there, Love Me Insane, Put Me to Shame. So that is definitely 2 tracks that stand out from that album to me. That's definitely one I think is worth checking out. Another album that's out right now, as well as that, is Unruly Child's Can't Go Home. Now, Unruly Child were a big thing when they released their debut self-titled album. We've now, many years later, we've got the original lineup with Free on vocals. They've come together and they've made a new album. It's out right now through Frontiers Records. I have to admit, I was very excited for this one, but when I listened to it, I was a little bit underwhelmed.
Really?
To be honest. Yeah.
Oh, I quite liked it.
Yeah, well, there was some nice songs on there, wasn't there? There was one that you quite liked. I think it was called Rain in Peace.
Yeah.
That, as an album, I don't know, I just felt a little bit underwhelmed. It was a solid AOR album. There was nothing wrong with it. Everything was good. Free was brilliant as ever on vocals. It's just, at no point did the album really grab me.
No.
There wasn't, when I listened through to it, there wasn't a particular, I really want to go back and listen to that song again. That said, I listened to it about 3 times.
No, I think it's more easy listening, isn't it?
It's the kind of thing I can imagine having on in the background.
Yeah,
when I was having a relaxing evening, rather than blaring out the car stereo as I'm driving down the road or punching my fist in the air to. It's
that was Motorfest.
Yeah.
That's a good driving track, I think, for summer.
Yeah. Oh, it'll be great for getting that on the car with the windows down in the summer. But yeah, I had to give that one probably a 7 out of 10. It was a good song. I say everybody on the album performed very well. It wasn't in no way a bad album. It didn't make me think, oh, I really want to sing this song, or I want to get this album out again. But still a decent album. That's out right now. Another album that's currently out is Lionville, A World of Fools. Now this is their 3rd album. Their first since 2012, I think the last album came out. And it's their first album with Frontiers. So this is very much in line with their previous material. Very good album, full of really uplifting tracks, really catchy, really anthemic. Lars Safsund, amazing on vocals. Stefano Leonetti, again, very, very talented musician that's brought this band together. really want to go check that one out right now. That's Lionville, A World of Fools. Okay, a couple of upcoming albums now. These are all out on the same day, the 24th of March. Yep. The first of these, House of Lords, Saint of the Lost Souls. Now, this is their 10th studio album, and it really is a fantastic album, isn't it? The title track itself is absolutely brilliant. The first single from that, called Harlequin, you can check that out right now on YouTube. This is a band that I've had a bit of history with myself.
So you like House of Lords, don't you?
I do like House of Lords.
Again, many t-shirts.
Again, many t-shirts,
yes.
Yeah. In fact, once I actually saw, one of the times I saw House of Lords live, you know, you get reports about pop stars and things that cancel their concert because they've got a bit of a sniffle or, you know, something, you know, really, really minor reasons. I saw James Christian go on that stage. He sang and he played with a broken arm. He had his arm in a sling for the entire gig, but I think at the time, a couple of weeks before that, he'd been doing some work on his house. He'd fell off a ladder, broken his arm. He still got on that plane.
Very dedicated.
Yeah. He got on that plane, he came to the UK, and he played that gig. And that is what I call hardcore.
Respect to the man.
Total respect. So yeah, I also actually had a bit of a funny experience was when I was wearing one of my House of Lords t-shirts when I was in college.
Yeah.
Do you remember this?
Yeah.
I went to college one day and I had to go to the reception desk for something. I can't remember what exactly, but I went up to the reception desk and the girl that was on the counter.
It's one with the crest, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was the album for the debut release. Anyway, the girl on the counter saw my t-shirt and went, "Oh, cool, House of Lords." And I says, "Oh, right, you like them?" And she says, "Oh, yeah, I've always wanted to go there." And she started talking to me about how much she loved House of Lords, and I started talking about her about how much I love the House of Lords. And as the conversation went on, it became apparent to me that there may have been some misunderstanding here. So I said to her, "You do know that a House of Lords is a band, don't you?" And she says, "Oh no, I thought it was referencing the Houses of Parliament."
Yeah, but who are fans of Houses of Parliament going around with a House of Lords t-shirt?
Yeah, you have to really be into hardcore politics to be walking around with a t-shirt like that. So, funny enough, we didn't speak again after that.
No. Clearly there are people out there though.
Yeah. So Night Ranger have got an album coming out at the end of this month on the 24th of March. This is going to be their 12th studio album. It's going to be available as both a standard format and as a deluxe format, which will have a bonus track on there and a bonus DVD to go with it. This is celebrating their 35th year together, and this is an absolutely brilliant album. There's a couple of songs on there that just are so infectiously catchy.
Or in your head all day.
They absolutely get stuck in your head. Genuinely, last night I couldn't get to sleep because I had a song from this album stuck in my head playing over and over.
Yeah, but you don't mind those kind of songs in your head, do you?
No.
They are good songs.
Yeah, that was a track called Running Out of Time, which is my favourite song on this album. But there's also a brilliant single that they've got off that album already. It's called Somehow, Some Way. There's loads of really good tracks on there, isn't there? There's Truth, Jamie. It's an absolutely fantastic album. Very guitar driven, very, very good melodic hard rock. Exactly the way melodic hard rock is supposed to sound.
I think as well, it's one of those albums where, I mean, you get some albums and you pick out one or two songs and you think, oh, I really like those, and you take those and put them in your own little personal playlist.
Yeah.
I think this is one of those albums where you could easily listen to it all the way through without skipping through to your favourites. Every single one is like those one or two songs. They're really good.
Yeah, incredibly guitar-driven album. Jack Blades sounds absolutely brilliant on this album vocally. You know, we have to give them a big shout out. That one was a definite 9 out of 10 for me. Really enjoyed that one. Night Ranger, Don't Let Up. Finally, the last album we're going to be talking about today is the album by Eclipse. We mentioned earlier that they're going to be coming to play in the UK in April. This is in support of their new album, Momentum. Now, typically, when you're talking about any band, the band wants you to say, this is their best album ever. Even if they've had huge success with their previous albums, you talk to any band, the album they want to talk about is their latest album. And it's the one they want to play at the gigs. It's what they want to hear the reviews on. Yeah, so that's really what any musician wants to do. In most musicians' mind, they're only as good as their last album. So that's what they want people talking about. Well, this time, this genuinely is their best album ever. From start to finished, it's near perfect, or as perfect as any album can be. All the way through, it's you've got real crunching guitar work, absolutely beautiful melodies, catchy hooks. I have to admit, if we weren't already married, there's a song from this album that I would want played at our wedding called "For Better or For Worse."
I was wondering where that was going, to be honest.
Yeah, I can understand. I didn't like it that much. I mean, but yeah, there's a absolutely fantastic album. This one is going to get a very rare Paradise Rock 10 out of 10.
Woohoo!
Go check out Momentum by Eclipse. That's all we can really say on that. We'll be having more of a discussion on that on the Paradise Rock website. But if you want to any more information about any of the albums or tour dates that we've spoken about, if you want any more news, there's lots more on paradiserock.co.uk. You can check that out right now. In the meantime, thanks for joining us.
Farewell, Quester. To find out about other productions by the Meddlesome Meeples, then check out our channel or rendezvous with us at meddlesomemeeples.com. Until next time, Quester, farewell and keep thine axe sharp.